Yeah, you don't want to be messing around with those lakes and ponds, especially as we go into next week. As the temperature goes above freezing, we'll see some melting. We'll get to that in a minute. Right now, 5 degrees on that air temperature. We've got another Arctic blast that is slowly invading the Midwest. These zeros, -4 that you see up there, that's coming our way as this kind of been the funnel of all this Arctic air moving right down into our region. And yes, a very, very cold weekend ahead, but we have some changes in the forecast. First, though, wind's going to stick with us, and as it does, here we are tonight at 11, 18 out of the northwest gusting. Yeah, that's going to make the wind chill probably actually a few degrees even cooler than that. I think we could, at that point, be into the 20, maybe 25 below. As I've mentioned with these models, they don't necessarily factor in that snowpack that we have in place. So that's a good bet that we'll be into the 20s easily. For that reason, we continue with a first alert day right now through noon on Saturday. We might extend that, though, because Saturday night into Sunday morning, we'll have another bout of dangerous wind chills. They're not going to go away quickly, but the good thing is we will have some sunshine that will move into our weather picture here as we head into the day tomorrow. We're seeing some of that now, too. But a good bet that tomorrow will be, with some clouds mixed in, will be sunny, but it's not going to do much because the temperatures are just going to be so miserable. As we head throughout the day into the evening, here we are at 6 o'clock, and yeah, 4 degrees, air temperature 3 there in Davenport. A little cooler out to the west. The further west you go, we are noticing some cooler temperatures. But as we head into the overnight hours, look at that. Air temperature 5 to 6 below. Now, of course, wind chill doesn't affect inanimate objects, but once we get the air temperature that low, refreeze happens quicker than melt. So salt doesn't work on the roadways. So there's going to be a concern tonight into tomorrow that we will see black ice, probably a sure bet from all the slush that's out there. So I know road crews are doing a heck of a job clearing that, but that's going to be a concern. We'll rise up maybe to the double digits for our high tomorrow. Again, air temperature high, but once again, Saturday night into Sunday, we drop again before we have a warm up that begins on Sunday. As we head throughout the day, we'll be heading for the 20s and above freezing as we get into next week. Air, again, feel like temperatures already, we're about 15 to 16 below. That will continue to drop throughout the night as we head for 20 to 25, maybe even 30 below the further west you go. 17 below in Princeton is what it'll feel like at 9, but over there, Maquoketa, look at you, 26 below is what you'll feel like. Mount Pleasant, Washington, the same. And as we wake up Saturday morning, wow, look at that, 30 below Burlington, 31 below over in Mount Pleasant. Bitter cold temperatures, but again, as I mentioned, we've got some changes. Saturday during the day, we might feel like above 0, but I doubt it. I think we'll stay into the negatives. And once again, Saturday night, kind of a rinse and repeat before we warm up on Sunday. Now, long range model. I like to show this. This is the freezing line. And you can see as we go throughout the next several days into next week and beyond, this freezing line goes all the way up to the north. We stay above freezing all the way through till the end of the month. While this sounds like a great thing, what's going to happen, I think, there could be some issues with that. Maybe towards the end of the month, maybe a little dip in that. It's going to come in the form of some mixed precipitation come Monday into Tuesday. A little bit of model disagreement going on, but snow, maybe some freezing rain. What a mess that's going to be on top of all this snow that we have, something that we're going to keep an eye on. That's going to be the next big thing. Temperatures tonight, again, dropping into the sub-zero category. Feel like temperatures are going to be miserable. Dangerous cold continues. We've got those first alert days in place. 7 degrees will be your high, 6 on Saturday. Then that 22 will feel nice and warm, right? But we head for above freezing once we get to next week, but just a winter weather mess as we head into next week, close to freezing. But just above will make it a freezing rain disaster out there. Yeah. So we're going to watch that closely. Melting will be a concern. It is going to be a sloppy mess. So muddy, get the mud shoes out, the shoes you like to ruin, because I think it's going to be a muddy mess. But yeah, gotta love winter.
It's just bizarre. I mean, it's like we're going to melt it as quickly as it came.
One extreme to the next. Yeah. Right? This has been the couple weeks of winter that we've just been throwing about everything.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Kyle. Well, coming up.